pull shot is such an awesome shot to get a lot of power. The biggest issue I see with a lot of players is that when they're playing the pull shot, what they're actually doing is rolling their wrist. So it's something that a lot of kids are taught growing up to be able to keep the ball down. What we need to be doing instead is just coming from a little bit higher, but actually slapping through the ball. You'll see here in the video we're going to show of Will, when he plays his pull shot, he's in a lot of control over it to keep it down, except for one ball there. You'll see that actually him rolling his wrist there causes the bat to actually roll down and he gets that edge, whereas if he went straight through it, the bat would have stayed higher and it would have middled there. So what you need to look at here is when you actually roll your wrists on the bat, it does this and your hands end up crossing over like that. When you're actually slapping the ball, hands are staying high and hands stay in that same position the whole time and they actually drive through it like that. When you're rolling the wrist, what you'll see is that now, when it's flat like this, if you were to slap the ball, you got that full face of the bat and you can actually crush it there like so. When you roll the wrist on it, if you roll it just that tiny bit early, and in general, what's happening here is the bat face is starting to roll down. So it's actually something that's fairly hard to see live. So that's why watching that video back, being able to see him not actually slapping through the ball, you notice the power dip massively. So in the next session, we're going to get him to actually slap through that ball and see the difference in some of the power. You saw a few of the balls where he actually hit it pretty hard. There was less of a roll of the wrists and a little bit more of a slap, just turning slightly. It's going to be really interesting to see how much that improves and his ability to actually hit it exactly where he wants. The other big one is just the impact point. So watching in these next few clips, just seeing where he hits the ball. A lot of the time it's actually fairly late. He's so used to playing the ball late, whichever shot it is, a back foot punch or anything like that, that with this one that's actually in front of him here, he's hitting a little bit more here and getting it higher on the bat. So it's higher on the bat and the rolling of the wrist. So if you can get that a little bit more out in front and slapping through it like that, he's going to be able to hit a lot more boundaries. Hope you enjoy the clip. So to start with, just practicing that we've got a guy right on square. Yep. We've got a leg slip and a fine leg. Yep. All right. And then the first guy over here is a straight mid wicket. So a really big gap in front. Yep. Let's just make sure we get it right. Yep. Try and get that 80, 90%.
Still one. Come on. Watch the ball. Better.
So when you're playing in front of square, what's your general plan, footwork, where you want to be in front of your stumps?
Pretty much whenever I play the pool, I don't necessarily go back as much as other people. I usually like to stay pretty still and just back watching the ball and like that swivel and just that like transfer of energy through my legs rather than actually like stepping back. Pretty much I will determine where I'm going to hit the ball. I back myself to play the pull shot and the hook shot. So wherever the ball is, that's usually where I'm trying to hit it. In this scenario where they've had like people back there and then that gap there where they're trying to like tempt me to like pull them, I'll just be trying to make sure I'm really watching the ball and like making my decisions early so I can get in that position where I can go like from high to low and just play that a little bit earlier, because it's when I'm playing them a little bit later, like closer to my body, that's when they go a bit more behind square. It's just, making that decision early, coming from high to low, where I can get, and just that contact point a bit more out in front where I can hit in that gap.
So if it's coming at your body,
you normally
go behind, but in this scenario, if you want to hit it in front, where's your impact point?
It's just further out in front.
Okay.
And then if I feel like it's a good ball and I've got in a position that I can't hit it out in front, it'll still either back myself to go high to low and just try and like guide to fine leg for one, or it's just like just dropping the shoulder a little bit, getting out of the way.
Sweet. Show us how it's done. All right.
Oh no, gap.
harder, isn't it? It's at the body to play in front.
Yeah.
That's exactly where they're going to bowl, aren't they, with this field?
Yeah.
So if he can get really good at that, then massive gap for you.
Exactly. 1.
So very high on the bat. How can we fix that?
I don't know. Is it just a matter of just trying to hit the ball earlier?
Have a little play. Where do you, if you're hitting it high on the bat, where's the positioning? Where are you hitting it
obviously
from?
just means the ball's closer to me than when I'm trying to hit it, because I'm coming through here instead of it sitting my contact point being here. It's here.
Yep.
I think that it's just a matter of practice for that, because usually like my best pull shots are the ones that are that little bit wider.
Yeah.
And that's where I swing through. So I have that, because it's here, I have able to play it a little bit later.
You got the arc.
And then go there. Yeah. But yeah, I think just trying to get that contact point a little bit earlier.
Sweet. That's the thing in the game there, is that's your little adjustment. Okay, I'm hitting it a little bit high. I know now that just means I'm a little bit late on it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll spit up. And similar to those punches and those cut shots, is getting those hands up quicker and in position quicker.
Yeah.
So you can hit it a little bit more in front. Get up. It's the higher one's the harder one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So practice it now. Trying to go really early.
Okay.
If you pull cue it, you pull cue it. But let's just practice it.
Sweet.
See what it feels like. Go. That look very simple, and that's 4. It's in that enough of a gap. And for the next few, just practice a little bit of a shorter back lift.
Yeah.
And just get through it.
Okay.
Get through the shot.
Yeah.
You'll middle it, it'll go away. Beautiful. Still gonna go for 4. Right? That was easy. What changed?
But it was dead set, just the cue of shorter back lift.
Yeah.
And just really go through it. I guess it must have just been that I was spending too long up there getting it going from high to low, rather than just little quick back end.
And you're hitting it way harder. And
Yeah.
actually your swing looks faster.
No, it feels faster.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, you've got so much room out in front there. If you do it a little bit earlier, it's still in the gap.
Yeah.
Get shorter. Bang. That's an easy thing to do. Short bat lift, but still have that really fast swing.
Yeah.
And swing right through. Cool. Cool. Tiny bit more in front. Keep still. Drive. Bang. That's the other thing too. If you are having that little bit of a swivel with it,
Yeah.
means you're turning your shoulders a little bit early, which is fine. But for this drill, we're trying to hit a little bit more in front.
Yeah.
So if you're swiveling, what's more
Yeah,
chance it's going to go
it's
square,
pushing
right?
that way, yeah.
Yeah. So that last one, you just stayed still, had the knees bent, drive through and banged it in front of it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Bang. Beautiful. Nice. Ooh. One more rolly. Last one. Go. Simple.